What is up, everyone? It is Saturday afternoon. I just got home from work. It's time to chill and relax. Just got done eating some Cane's chicken, Raising Cane's. They got one here in Ohio. You know what I wish they had in Ohio was In-N-Out burgers. Gosh, what I'd do for some In-N-Out burgers right now. I think it's only in the West, California. I know I used to eat it a lot when I lived out in California. A double. Man, I would kill for some In-N-Out burgers right now. So good. But I'm going to finish some Stranger Things tonight. Got one more episode. Me and my kids watched the first two. Going to finish it off tonight. I got asked today at work, excuse me, about I homeschool my kids. So I got asked if do I regret homeschooling them and was it a good decision? And I said, yeah, one of the best decisions. And what I get asked most of the time, usually the first question I get asked about homeschooling my kids, are they antisocial? Number one question, happens every time. And I always answer and I say, my kids, I believe, are more social than the public school kids. Not all of them, but most of them. And I think it all depends on how you're raised too. Like my kids are very energetic, very outgoing, and like I said, I think it's all on how you're raised. Like, I don't know. It's just my opinion. But yeah, my kids are far from antisocial. They're the first ones to go up to the kids at the park. They're the first ones, they don't hesitate to talk, when we're like in the store or, when, an adult asks them a question, they're far from antisocial. So that's the first question I get is, do they socialize? Yes, they socialize. I think a lot of kids now in public schools, schools aren't what they were when I was a kid. Schools are way different now. And, I can't say for all kids. It's just my opinion. But sometimes I think some of the public schools turn the kids antisocial. My opinion. Maybe it turned me antisocial when I was a kid. Like I said, I was very shy as a kid. I kept to myself a lot. I think the only time, like I said, I spoke out was when I was using drugs or drinking. I used that as like I said, to build confidence when I was younger. And I was kicked out of school. I'll tell you, it's story time. So I was an average student. And then when I started doing drugs and stuff and started drinking, it was right around, I'd say, 8th grade. 8th grade is when I started. And then my freshman year was all right, but that's when I started the decline. So after my freshman year, that summer, that's when I really got into partying. So I'm like 13, 14. And then my sophomore year, I just didn't care. I literally just stopped caring about class. I would go in and just go to sleep. And I think I got kicked out of all my classes except one, my math class. My math teacher, Mr. Troxel, he did not kick me out. He made me suffer through math. And if you ever seen The Burbs with Tom Hanks, the Klopex, the neighbors, it would have been Rube, the next door guy. He always reminded me of, my math teacher always reminded me of him. So you are the one who lives next door. Yeah, old Rube. Yeah. But hey, he made me suffer through math. He didn't kick me out. That was the only class out of all my classes in sophomore year I didn't get kicked out of. Excuse me. So towards the end, and my mom was already helping me. We were preparing to get me out of school and do homeschooling. So that really made me not care anymore either, because I was like, oh, I'm just going to go finish homeschooling. And then I ended up getting kicked out. I would sit in study hall for all the classes, and I didn't care. But like I said, it started because I started using drugs and stuff, and then I really lost motivation for a lot of things. And that's one thing that drugs and alcohol did. Killed my motivation, especially weed. I mean, some people are different. My case, from my experience, towards the end of my weed smoking days, I was just no motivation, lazy, just didn't have no ambition. All I wanted to do was just sit around and smoke weed and watch movies and be lazy. Just like I said, no goals, none. Had no goals. I just wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to sit around and smoke and be high. A lot of time wasted. I wasted years doing that. But so this brings me to the quote I was going to read. It says, "Your best days are ahead of you. The movie starts when the guy gets sober and puts his life back together. It doesn't end there." And I've said it before. I'm just getting started. Don't think that you can't still make a life for yourself, even if you're older, even if you quit, get sober later on in your later years. I'm 44 years old, and like I said, there's a new chapter. I'm turning the page. It's a new chapter I'm going into in my life. A lot of still I want to do. So yeah, it doesn't end there. Still a lot I want to do. Make up for lost time. Yeah, so. And then I read something else that said, don't judge a person by their past. People learn, people change. Like I said, better late than never. Sometimes you just, you hit that bump in life. It's up to you to get over the bump and keep it moving. Keep it moving and, keep making memories. So, but yeah, Saturday, I'm off work tomorrow. That's always a good thing. I'm trying to think. I think there was something else I wanted to talk about today. I don't know. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. I work every Saturday. Been working every Saturday for 6 years. Every now and then I'll get a weekend off. But I don't mind it. It's just like another day for me. Like I said, I homeschool my kids through the week, so I have more days off during the weekdays. So weekends, just another day. I don't do much on the weekends anyway. I don't party or any of that anymore. So Saturday's just another day. Yeah, I got to finish Stranger Things tonight. Let me see if I can find one more good quote. Perfect one. It's never too late to change the narrative. Visualize a new life. Trust God. Work hard and watch it unfold. Man, that's a great quote. Never too late to change. Never. Better late than never. Like I said, I'll be 45 next year, and it's time to like I said, start this new chapter. Visualize a new life. Trust God, work hard, and watch it unfold. It's about to be 2026. Yep. The new year, new me. So think about it. Visualize a new life. Trust God. Trust God. And then I read another one that said, God will steer the boat. You just got to row. Just row the boat. God will steer it. And watch it unfold. Well, I hope everyone has a great Saturday night. Stay sober, stay vigilant. I will be back tomorrow. It's probably the only video I'm going to put out tonight. This is day 11. 11 days already. I think I keep getting new subscribers every day. Welcome to the new subscribers. I appreciate it. Thanks for following. Videos every day. Yeah, we're going to do, like I said, 365 days and videos in between. Whenever I feel like venting. Get to hear my rants and my vents. So, yeah. Hope everyone has a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.